Planes, Trains, and Plantains, the story of Oedipus. This font is smaller than the last. A man can only justify his actions if he regards his demeanor with deductive thinking. This man was not Oedipus, mainly because he was a fucking douchebag. One must know who Oedipus was to understand the period in which it was written.
You're retarded. That's it.
This is my thesis statement. Okay? That's what he wrote. This is my thesis statement. The Greeks contributed many things to our culture, such as olives, gyros, Lenny Kravitz, anal sex, and Oedipus. And then your teacher wrote funny. Oedipus will be remembered throughout time because he suffered from Lou Gehrig's disease. And that's why he couldn't play baseball in the first Olympic Games. He will always be remembered for his journeys and his love for the New York Yankees. And then we've got a nice picture of Lou Gehrig. Lou Gehrig is smiling. This is the caption. Lou Gehrig is smiling because he got daily rim jobs from the girls at Scores. Laus and Jocasta were king and queen of Thebes, a town in Greece. They were fucking around, and Laus forgot to strap his shit. One day they had a baby boy. An oracle prophesied that the boy would grow up and kill his father and marry his mother. Laus was like, fuck that shit, that's gay. To thwart the prophecy, Laus and Jocasta decided to kill the baby. They fingered his butthole and sent him on his way. In those days, it was usual to leave an unwanted or defective baby in the wilderness. Laus and Jocasta did this. To be extra sure, they pierced his feet and then tied them together. Don't worry about this detail, which makes no sense. It must have been introduced to explain the hero's name. What? Okay, I get it. A kindly shepherd found the baby in a pool skimmer. He gave the baby to a friend, who took it to Corinth, another town. Corinth reappears in the New Testament under the category of DVDA verses 63. The king and queen of Corinth couldn't have a baby of their own. The king has a bad case of the limp dick, so they adopted the foundling. Nobody ever told little Oedipus that his mother was never pregnant. She aborted a kitten into a toilet in the back of a Denver Denny's. One day, after he had grown up, a drunk mentioned his being adopted. Well, Oedipus killed the bum. Oedipus questioned his parents, but they denied it. Oedipus visited various oracles to find out whether he was really adopted. All the oracles told him instead that he would kill his father and marry his mother. He told them that they were dissing him, so he grabbed his 12-sided double dildo and left town. None of this makes much sense. Again, don't worry about it. This is a folktale, not a goddamn OxyClean commercial. To thwart the oracles, Oedipus left Corinth permanently. He then sought out Billy Mays and had gay sex with him. At the time, it was considered polite. Again, don't worry. Yes, Oedipus should have considered that, since he might be adopted, any older man might be his father, and any older woman his mother. But this is a folktale. Traveling the roads, Oedipus got into traffic squabbles and killed a stranger, who, unknown to him, was King Laus. Oedipus snorted 2 lines of pure cocaine off his dead dad. In one version, there was a dispute over right-of-way on a bridge. In those days, high rank got to go first. Oedipus identified himself as heir to the throne of Corinth for some reason. Again, don't worry about it. This is page 3. Laos people simply attacked instead of explaining that he was... You know, it's like one page. It's just blank. It just says this is page 3. He was king of Thebes. They were dumb Greek dudes. What do you expect, an atomic bomb? Some versions say that the rude Laos drove over Oedipus' sore foot, making him lose his temper. This is bullshit. Don't believe it, or I will fucking kill you, and yes, this is a written threat. And that's what Oedipus told his father. One should analyze the poetry on page 43, where Oedipus is rolling in his benzo. Rolling in his benzo. And he has to bust a cap in some flagrant in this Undercity. Riding in the benzo, popping my collar. See some fine wenches, I have to holla. Diamonds, gold, and the almighty dollar. I'm Oedipus, bitch, the original baller.
It
I
actually
bust out
says
my nine to light up your Impala. Fuck the police. Dr. Dre got most of his inspiration from the Greek story of Oedipus. Soon Oedipus' smarts saved the town of Thebes, and he was made king. In fact, the only reason Dr. Dre produced the Chronic, because the Bible tells you to smoke lots of pot, and Oedipus used to blaze with the makers of Aquafresh toothpaste. Oedipus married Laus's widow, Queen Jocasta, so basically he was fucking his own mom which was fucking nasty. He ruled well, and they had 4 children. Eventually, Oedipus and Jocasta found out what really happened. Imagine you're like jamming your mom, and like you have 4 kids. Then the feds come to your house and say that she was your mom, and you were like, yeah, so, and they were like, well, that's gross and illegal. You must assume that accidentally killing your father and marrying your mother is a disaster. Jocasta committed suicide with pimento, and Oedipus blinded himself and became a wandering beggar because the Beatles did it and that was cool. In the version which must have been the favorite of Sophocles' Athenian audience, Oedipus found sanctuary at Colonus outside of Athens. The kindness he was shown at the end made the city itself blessed, which is the gayest invention ever. The Greek invented anal lube. This is my conclusion. The end. Works cited. Yahoo.com, Google.com, Tubgirl.com. Thank you.
Best story in a.
I cried a little bit.